This is Gout Gout. Many see him as the future of sprinting on the international scene, and it's certainly easy to see why. In 2024, Gout achieved one of the greatest seasons of sprinting that a junior athlete has ever achieved, running incredible times throughout his early season and beating his fellow track athletes by ridiculous margins. On January 27th, Gout achieved a brand new PR of 20.69 seconds in the 200 meters, a time that now placed him amongst some of the greatest junior sprinters that the world had ever seen. But it's important to remember that he was still just a youth athlete, as he is still only 16. These kinds of incredible performances seem to happen almost every single week, making Gout Gout one of the most promising young prodigies in sprinting at the moment. However, this new improvement that took place in the early months of this year would only be the very, very beginning of his remarkable 2024. On March 16th, Gout ran in the Queensland Athletics Championships for the Under-18 division, where he famously ran his 10.29, absolutely exploding away from the entire field over the final 20 or 30 meters. This 100-meter performance eventually went viral as it was shared across various social media platforms, and every single time I watch this race, it only makes more and more sense as to why people wanted to watch this 100 so often. This 100 victory was without question a moment of pure sprinting excellence, but there's actually much more to this race than meets the eye, because this under-18 victory was actually fast enough to place first in the under-20 division during this competition. And also, you guessed it, it was even fast enough to win the senior men's race by a few 100ths. And it should be noted, the Gout's race was achieved with a 0.0 meters per second wind, while the senior men's race actually had a slight tailwind. It was quickly becoming obvious that this young sprinter was potentially set to do some pretty crazy things as 2024 went on, and after easily taking wins in the U20 and U18 nationals in Australia, Gout Gout went into this year's World Junior Championships with some pretty high goals as a 16-year-old, and even though the odds were heavily stacked against him, he still achieved one of the most incredible things that I have ever seen a 16-year-old do.